also is more than willing to share his knowledge, because at the end of the day, it benefits everyone.
You should not only be in the lecture rooms or in the classrooms.
Of course. And you join now Xerox.
Yes, actually, I joined Xerox before I graduated from University of North Texas.
Oh, as an intern or?
No. So before my work journey, this is summarized.
Yes.
It started way before.
I can see that. That's why I want you to tell us.
My first job was in a fast food restaurant called Jack in the Box.
Okay, I thought it's McDonald's.
So when we used to drive down to pharmacy school,
yes.
fast. Of course, as I told you, the Kisii community in Texas, we're all over the place. It's big.
I thought it's
Minnesota.
Yes.
There are
I
several
hear
spots.
the half of the population is Kisis.
There are several spots there.
Okay.
So when I got inducted to this community, first they introduced you to something called Mwanyagetinge. Mwanyagetinge is like the brotherhood. It's like home, So my Kisii was not good when I left here.
Okay.
But when I got to Texas, my Kisii improved. I learned most of my Kisii there.
Yes.
So I defined friendly, very helpful. And I like that about the community there.
Yeah.
So you had people who'd been there for years who either owned chains of restaurants or who managed restaurants. And they say, oh, you're a young guy from Kenya. I'll give you a shift. You're off school Tuesdays and Thursdays. Pass by. I'll give you work.
Just like that.
Yeah. So you go in there, you're in there working with all kinds of peoples,
Yeah.
So one of the stations I avoided was a drive-through, because of my accent,
It will be difficult for you to grasp what people are ordering.
No, then that particular Jack in the Box was in what we call a hood, a little bit of a hood.
Okay.
So I didn't want to deal, You'd always have those challenges. Excuse me, what are you saying? Nobody, they can hear you, but they can't hear you.
And it irritates you.
You're talking. After a while, you don't get irritated.
Because you start
develop
understanding
mechanisms on how to, and you adjust your accent,
Yeah.
But so I used to flip burgers. Then sometimes, the Kisii managers or owners, they say, you need to take care of my cash drawer. So you're working a double shift today,
Okay. Was that good or bad?
Well, it was good because you got overtime, but, you're tired.
Yeah, of course.
So sometimes I'd be so tired, I'd go to the freezer.
How much was per hour?
I think it was like $5 or $6 an hour. I'd go to the freezer or to the toilet just to sleep for 10 minutes.
Just to take a nap.
Not
forgetting that you love sleeping.
Sometimes you do a 14-hour shift,
Straight.
Yeah.
That is tough.
Yeah, or 16 hours.
And if you're
days.
flipping burgers, you're standing all the time.
It was tiring.
Yeah.
But it built you.
Yeah.
It built you.
Yeah.
But the most interesting one was the little naps in the freezer. When you go get the bags of fries,
You crash.
So you sit there, you sleep, then your ears start getting cold, then you wake up.
Isn't that dangerous by itself? Or?
You survive.
Either way, you have to
survive.
Yeah.
And in the freezer, it's so quiet.
Yeah.
You don't hear any noise. It's just that the temperatures will wake you up.
Okay,
you get out.
I see. So then from there, you...
So from there, then I did some IT work. And surprisingly, I met a friend from primary school.
Yeah.
And he was visiting last week, from Texas,
Yeah.
Now he's kind of almost retiring, so he wants to come back home, Peter.
Okay.
And there was a company called Stream. They used to do, it was an ISP, maybe like African Online here then. Those days.
90.
So we'd do the technical support. And then from there, I moved to Penny's. There used to be a chain of stores called JC Penney. Then then I started managing their what they used to call the CPOS, or the cash point of sale. The software that ran that.
Okay.
So
Did
now,
you build it or just install?
Install and support and debug and just basic stuff.
Batching and all that.
Yeah. And then from there now, I went to Xerox now to do more of the heavy software stuff, on the document management, the printers and all the stuff that they ran the boxes with on your laptop.
Ah, nice.
And supporting US, Canada, and a little bit of Mexico.
Yeah.
So that was fun.
Yeah. Now let me ask you. Of course, for the bag guys, it's the other cases who got this guy maybe needs some extra bucks. But for something like Xerox, you had to apply. Do the interviews.
It was qualification.
So was it like you are looking for all these things that are coming up and just applying and waiting?
Yeah. So when you move from the techie, you do a course, or certification.
Yeah.
You get comfortable. Then you go into the environment. You also learn. There's on-the-job learning and you pick up,
Yeah.
And then some of the programming languages, you're doing them in school. So it was easy to debug and to fix some of the bugs.
Ah, okay.
So that was fun. And then after graduating, I think it was 2000 is when I switched now from the Xerox software, side of it, to the PeopleSoft side of it. Now this is the ERP side of it.
Yeah.
So PeopleSoft got bought out by Oracle. So you had to learn, how to do the the coding, how to do the scrubs, how to do the different versions, what functionalities they gave.
Yeah.
From one version to another, so that when you go to a real life environment, then you know how to customize or how to change people's behavior to the vanilla version, and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
So I became a consultant, for AT&T after that, with PeopleSoft.
Yeah.
And dealing with more than 100,000 employees.
So that is
globally.
from Oracle to AT&T.
So
from Xerox, which was acquired by Oracle.
Yes. So from Xerox, I moved from Xerox to AT&T now to do PeopleSoft. Yeah.
Why AT&T?
Because they were paying well.
Thank you for being honest.
They were paying well. Money was a driver then.
It was more dollar trigger.
They were paying well. They were paying. This was my first 6-figure job. So
nice. Thank you for the honesty.
Yeah.
So it was not like Xerox. You're not having fun, but also those.
No,
like,
Xerox was fun. Xerox was family.
Yeah.
It was one of my favorite employers.
Yeah.
It's family because not only did you enjoy working with people, both in the US and Canada, but also they were very big on diversity and diversity training and sensitivities around diversity and how to engage.
Yeah.
So it was respectful. It was a very respectful environment.
And there's something I want to maybe dig a little bit deeper. You spent almost 3 years at Xerox. And nowadays we see guys hopping jobs, especially software engineers. Would you share why is it not that really great to hop jobs, or is it great from your experience?
It depends. It depends.
Yeah.
So it depends on what you're doing.
Yeah.
It depends on how enriching the role is becoming, or how enriching the industry is changing.
Yeah.
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 For example, I spent 10 years, with Telecom.
Yes.
Both under Orange, or the French company, and then later on when Helios came in, the British PE firm.
Yeah.
2 different cultures, but very, very enjoyable, because very focused, result-driven, but also an empowered environment,
And by the way, I have some few questions around that.
Okay. Very empowered environment,
Yeah.
And they allowed you to make mistakes, but at the end of the day, you delivered.
Yes.
Yeah. My current role is a little different. It's different. Let me say that.
We'll get there. But
the culture is different. So
so this is a case by case basis.
It's a case by case.
Yeah. Okay.
So maybe I might have spent 10 years here, or 2 years at Safaricom. Many years at Xerox, maybe a year or something in Xerox. I mean, in AT&T.
Yeah.
And the AT&T project came to an end after September 11th.
Okay.
When we had the attack. Yeah.
Okay.
So then, of course, you had to lay off. You had
Do
to
you,
cut
do you
off.
mind sharing the project? What it's all about?
Which one?
The one that ended at AT&T.
Or at AT&T, it was an upgrade project. I think we are moving from version 7 point something to 8
Okay.
of PeopleSoft.
Okay.
So it was a lot of work.
Yeah.
It was long days.
Yeah.
But Thursdays you were off.
Yeah.
But I think the most memorable part about that period is then I had Dad visiting me, and he had some prostate medical challenges, and just being able to be there and take him also to the clinic and just spend time with him.
Yeah.
We're roommates.
Oh, I see.
So it was fantastic bonding. I really, really enjoyed, I really enjoyed the time we spent together.
Did he open up about, being you?
Oh, we had many conversations.
Yeah.
We had many conversations.
Yeah.
We drove up through the mountains of West Virginia up to Ohio to visit my sister. We used to drive down to Atlanta to go to one of his favorite churches, and we had a lot of good memories. I had a lot of good memories.
Yeah.
I think some of the best.
Amazing.
With Dad.
Amazing stuff.
Unfortunately, the Uncle Moindi I was talking about passed away while around that time, so he had to leave.
Okay.
And
So he
it's the
came
first
back to
time
Kenya.
he had to come back to bury his brother.
Yeah.
It was the first time I saw my dad shed a tear.
Oh.
Or shed tears. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was very painful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tell today's men that, and you'd get a surprise. A surprise look, or
Uncle Moindi was special. Uncle Moindi carried him on his back. He used to tell me. Uncle Moindi used to carry me when I was a baby. My brother used to carry me when I was a baby, and he
It was
used to
very
take care of me.
special. Yeah.
They had a very strong bond.
Yeah.
They had a very, very strong
Yeah.
bond. Yeah.
Yeah. And for a man to cry, maybe most people don't understand that, but it's really tough. It comes from a really deep space to show that side of emotion. Not that men don't have emotions, but from the culture and the upbringing, it's not something that is appreciated often.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the older brothers. There's an older brother who was the first senator of Kisii, by the way, when they had is it Legco? It's called Kebaso.
There used to be counties back in the day.
Yeah.
Before
There was an older brother, but he was more of a politician. So he was more of a politician and a people's person. And staunch, strong leader. But Uncle Moindi, I think, had a soft spot for Dad.
Yeah, he's special.
Yeah. There was also a younger brother.
Yeah.
Dad told me, my elder sisters got to see him, but he passed on. He fought in the World War One. It was called Nyambane. So Nyambane was very shy during the day. Brilliant, amazingly brilliant. But when he had his little drink, he would let the people know what he was thinking, So Nyambane was a character.
Yeah.
He was a character. He'd go tell the whole town,
All the secrets.
No, he would tell them, Mwanyabende, which is our clan. You people, Mwanyabende, will rule each one of you till the last one. He was very arrogant. But during the day, very shy. But when he sips, he would tell off people and express
He
himself.
compensated for the shyness.
Oh, yes. The liquid courage.
I like it. The liquid courage.
Yeah.
So you go back to Xerox after AT&T.
Yes.
And this is very important because I see people leave company. It's not so common in Africa where someone leaves a company and then they come back. Rarely does it happen. How was this for you? How was the transition back?
It was fantastic.
Yeah.
It was fantastic.
Yeah.
They actually reached out to me. I'd just been laid off.
Yeah.
And you keep your network active.
Yeah.
They reached out to me. And after September 11, there were very few jobs,
Yeah.
And what I used to do for them, or the specialty I had not been properly taken care of.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what I did was, they reached out and I listened and I said, fine, So they offered me something, of course, slightly less pay, but the difference was they were willing to pay for my college classes.
Okay.
Not books,
That
but
is
classes for my masters. For my masters.
School. Okay.
Yeah. So we struck a deal. You pay for the school fees. I'll take care of the books. I'll come back.
Yeah.
And and it was very easy.
Yeah. So it was a much good,
Yeah, it was fantastic.
Deal.
Fantastic.
Nowadays, do you know what that is called? Return ships. So return ships is where you leave a company, either you take a break or you go to another company for a long time and then come back. So what happens is that you get, it's like the way you do internship. So you updated on what happened on your absence to catch up. And also if the culture changed or the values improved or whatnot, you are brought up to speed. So it's called return ships.
Interesting. Interesting.
Yeah. So was the experience worth it, returning to the Xerox?
It was worth it.
Yeah. As a senior manager. No. Senior application and systems engineer too.
Yes, I was a real techie.
Yes. You are writing code. Which was your stack?
Everything. From COBOL. You guys don't know anything about COBOL.
The CBC guys maybe don't know.
The C++.
No, the JavaScript guys maybe don't know, but
those are new.
So you used to do, and that's when Java was coming up, right?
Yeah.
You used to do a bit of Java?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did a little bit. Then it was very new.
Oh, yeah.
Then
it was the JavaScript of the day.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And C#.
And
C#
it was
bit.
C and C++.
C++.
There was C and C++.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, people don't appreciate
COBOL 1, COBOL 2. There were many COBOLs too.
Oh, okay.
Yes, the old data warehousing and data whatever management systems. Yeah.
They were based on that.
Yeah.
And most of the banking
Stable.
systems
Very stable.
and hardware
Yeah.
is built on Pascal, Java.
Pascal, we used to have Pascal too.
Yeah. Oh, nice. How do you compare that with JavaScript? Have you used JavaScript? Have you checked it out?
That is my whole life. I stopped keeping track. Nowadays, I hear of Python and I don't know what else.
Nowadays, it's JavaScript, my friend. And there's so many flavors of JavaScript.
Yeah. Oh, is it?
Yeah, there's Tailwind, there's, React, all these.
Interesting.
These flavors.
I lost track when I went to the business side.
My friend,
I lost track.
the way tech is changing, if you miss out 5 years, it's really hard to catch up.
Yeah.
It's really hard. But if you know the basics of programming,
you understand.
You still be good. I feel so.
Yeah.
So from that point, you decide to come back home.
Yes.
Why?
So my parents were starting to age. Yeah. And I always remember seeing my mom in Ohio. I hadn't seen her in 2 years. And then I noticed her back
is curving.
A little curving, and she's walking slow. And this is not
as energetic.
It's not the mom I knew,
Yeah.
So I got a little teary and I said, I'm missing out, So at that point, I said, I need to come back home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what they say is true. Like the parents belong to the last born.
Yes, maybe. I don't know. Yes.
That is African
is it?
Culture, I feel so. Because in Africa, for non-Africans, is that we don't have old age homes and whatnot. So we take care of our own.
No, yeah.
Because we assume that since we were taken care of when we were young, I think, I don't know if this is the same in Kisii, whereby when the shamba is divided, there's what is left for the parents, right? But automatically that belongs to the last born. Because it's the one who takes care of them.
Yes.
So automatically it's known that as much as you got your share, the rest, if you took care of your parents, if you're alive, then that's yours.
True.
Is it the same?
It's the same.
Oh, okay.
It's the same, yeah.
Yeah. So you come back and take care of them?
So I come back.
Or at least you are closer to visit.
Yes. No, I came back.
Okay.
One way.
Okay.
Packed up the container, came. So the move back is not as easy as I thought. You know, first I ran into in 2008.
Post-election violence.
Yes, there's then the roads, there were very many potholes. The internet speeds were very slow.
That is in the city or back in the village?
No, here in the city.
Okay.
Just even getting an ID is like
Crazy.
pulling teeth out of I don't know where. Just basic stuff. I struggled.
Yeah.
Yeah. At some point, I almost pulled the parachute and went back. But
But then doctor wasn't the minister then?
doctor was a PS then.
A PS.
Yes, and my sister was a PS. My elder sister was a PS too. So
What's the name of your elder sister?
we had two PSs in the family at the time.
Oh my goodness. What's the name of your elder sister?
Alice Mayaka.
Okay.
She was the PS for, is it Heritage?
Okay.
Yes, at the time.
And it was
in
still
Kimathi.
difficult for you to get an ID?
No, it was still difficult. So, and I didn't want to use that because, things should work.
You knew better.
Well, I got to adjust to the environment with time. I got to adjust.
Yeah.
But it was very frustrating. But after a while, you kind of disengage and now re-engage again. And then you see things a little differently. Then you're fine.
Yeah.
Then now it's when you start asking yourself, why didn't I come back home earlier?
Yeah.
I should have come back home earlier.
Yeah.
And then you start working. First year with Safaricom, I think we had 30 or so days, leave days. We don't have that in the US.
How many days do you have in the US?
Normally, you after you've worked so many years, you'll be lucky if you get 7 days to 14 days or 7 to 10 days.
In a year?
Yeah.
So US people are working 24/7, 365 days.
You have very little vacation time.
It doesn't matter your position.
You can get paid time off.
Okay.
But you get more time after many years of working with an organization.
I see.
So here I come, and day one, off the gate, you have 28 days.
Yeah.
Then you have the gazillion and one holidays and every other declaration of a public. I'm like, this is too much time off.
Do you know what the Constitution says? There's a minister who can create a public holiday.
I know.
Anytime, any day.
So I never understood that, But then we were building what we were calling then Safaricom Enterprise, a new business unit. So it was very intense. Lots
cloud
of fun.
offering.
Like building up the propositions, building up just the business, and just going to market, So it was good. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. And I worked with a very, very good team, most of them were still friends up to date. And we had fun.
Yeah.
We had fun building it up.
Yeah. And it's Safaricom, for those who maybe are not conversant, is the AT&T of Kenya.
Yes. It's
Kenya now Ethiopia, most probably.
It's a big monster of Kenya.
And it's scaling.
It's a big monster of Kenya.
Yeah.
So I did that for about 2 years. And then my boss at the time, the enterprise chief, decided to take another turn. There was some succession planning, may I say, moments that, of course, pitted our business unit against the main unit, against.
Were you guys doing so well or so bad?
Well, we're doing okay, but, there was the need to have a succession plan.
Okay.
And, the shareholders, be it Vodacom or Vodafone, then proposed, because Fred had come in from Vodacom, who should take over from Michael.
Okay.
Then it was Michael Joseph.
Yeah.
And then, of course, there's the normal politics that comes after that.
Yeah.
So I took some time out. After 2 years, I wanted to do some farming.
Okay.
Then I realized that's not my thing also.
What did you farm?
Tomatoes.
Where? Back in the village or?
I went to set up the greenhouses back in the village. So I did the training in Nyahururu. My good friends, Moredi, they had a farm there, Swera Flowers. They used to teach also their community there how to empower them. And so I decided to go there, and I decided to hire a guy and get him trained.
Yes.
You're told to hire this guy. You know. He's from church. He's from a church guy. You know. Those are the ones.
He takes all your seeds and your
those are the ones
harvests
who teach you. Those are the ones who teach you
for church offering.
So I took this guy, trained him. Then we set up 3 greenhouses. You know. Fantastic production the first quarter. So your collection goes from maybe even close to 500,000. Then the next quarter, when you're not there, it goes down to
100 Gs.
to 200, then to 150. Then you start wondering what is going on.
The rain has not changed. The terrain has not changed.
So now the problem is, then I was also consulting. I was doing some consultancy work in Uganda. So you're not there fully.
Yeah.
When you come back to the village, you're told, well, this guy is like he has an outgrowing program, and I was buying tools, so he was selling the tools. Then it's just Kenya, character development.
Pray for him, he'll change.
Character development. So the final straw was once, I remember once my mom said, you need to come down here, we need to talk. So I said, what is it, Mom? She says, this guy of yours, you need to release him.
Yeah.
So I said, why? He says, it's going to bring problems for us.
Yeah.
So the guy had now started making his money, side money, and got into the point of now having village girlfriends, some who are going to school.
Okay.
And in Kisii, if you are given a warning, you better adhere to it, otherwise they'll ban you.
Okay.
So Mom told me, this guy is going to be burnt in our farm.
So
just fire him.
Yeah.
So I
was
did.
he a Kisii himself or?
No, he was from Western.
Oh, I see.
He was from Western.
Yeah.
So I had to release him.
Yeah.
Before
Kisis are serious people.
Yeah.
In several facets.
Yeah.
If you